We shot down, all they're confirming we've shot down so far, I think it's like 5 or 6 more, but these were not balloon type material. These were like metallurgic material, and they said that they were moving apparently with no propulsion, but they were giant tubular metal things. Stuff coming out from the F-22 pilots that shot them down. And then when they tried to find them after they shot them down, they cannot find the debris anywhere.
The biggest conspiracy theorist I know says the government is going to try to claim aliens so that they can put us under control.
But wait a minute, in the 60s, aliens didn't exist and Roswell never happened.
And now they're admitting it. Just like literally a couple weeks ago, leaked out documents that proved they were involved in the assassination of Kennedy. And they did it right in front of our face at a time when nobody cared about that, so it wasn't a big deal.
You know that Kevin Costner movie, JFK, released in 91? They basically said what he just mentioned and proved it, or at least showed all the holes in the evidence at the time that were released by the government. The government made a new law because of that movie to keep those... I mean, pretty much they told on themselves through their action. Because if you got nothing to hide, why hide?
Exactly.
Something me and Todd were talking about. A lot of people believe a conspiracy because why, Todd?
I'm just going to take it from my own point of view here, and this is how I got here. University of Texas in Austin, the Austin campus, did an experiment on why people believe what they do, whether it be ghosts, God, what have you. And it really comes down to people feeling that they have control or some sort of grasp on their own reality around them, okay? They had this TV in this room turned on in this experiment, nothing but static. And they would tell these participants, there's something in the static. Look and see what you can find. Kind of like one of those old 3D puzzles you had to cross your eyes to see the picture.
Okay, I used to be able to see
I could see some of them too. It's like
magic eye.
Right, that's what it was called. Anyway, they magic eyed them. This is me kind of just for the sake of time, just kind of condensing the experiment. And what they came to the conclusion was they had a control group unknown to them, and they had a group that, you know, they allow whatever answer that they came up with to be correct. The control group, whatever they said, even if it was correct, they would tell them you're wrong. You're wrong. That's not there, okay? Another group of people, oh, I see a dog, I see a bird, I see a cat, whatever. Oh, you're exactly right. That's amazing. You got it exactly right. The people that were told they were wrong repeatedly, they're more prone to believe conspiracies, supernatural occurrences, what have you, because with this negative reinforcement of their thoughts, of what they interpreted, their perspective or whatever, they needed some sort of grasp to stabilize them. You know, these are the people that would look at wind chimes, be like, oh, that's grandma telling me she's okay, blowing in the wind. Yeah, or it could be the fucking wind. You know, just throwing that out there. That is a possibility too. And the people that got the positive reinforcement, it's just fucking static on a TV. There's nothing there. Okay. And even if it is, I got it right. It's plain as day. You know, they didn't have a need to seek control because they already felt they had it. And it's that kind of perspective, I think, that gives people...
That's part of their game. They got to have the two different sides. They've always got to generate the two from each other.
Basically, I think a lot of people perpetuate conspiracy theories. You know, you got the popular answers to that, fear and ignorance. Yeah, that's true. But what about the real outlandish ones that seem to be taken off? Lizard people. I'm dead serious, and I don't understand why it's lizards. I'd love to find out how this started. I personally think it's an internet troll that started that conspiracy, and it got way out of control. People honestly think there are lizard people among us. I have met one. Not a lizard person, but a believer.
Wow. Just what a lizard person would say.
Yep. And if you trace a lot of that stuff back, if you really dig deep into it, they think that that's actually one of the more superior races of the alien beings that have been here for thousands of years. The most powerful people that run all the countries and control most of the finances.
See, that's where I have trouble to believe people behind the scenes running everything. Have you ever been a manager? I can't even run a shift with 15 people. You're talking about someone running a country invisibly with millions of people? My God. I tell you, props to the conspirators. If you're able to pull that off, you deserve to run the world. That's all I got to say, because the people out in the forefront don't know what they're doing. We talk about it every day, how politicians fuck up the country. Oh, here's the Illuminati. They made this happen, that happen, flawlessly. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. They should run a Starbucks or something. This would all make a great show sometime. Have you been a manager of 20 people on one shift? Do you know how hard it is to keep 20 people on the same page with the same goal?
When I managed maybe 8 people, it was tough. They liked me, but then they would bicker amongst themselves in the smallest setting. On a grand scale, that would be infinitely impossible.
I'm just too cynical to believe it. I'm sorry. To control millions of people like that, I'm sorry. And the cool thing about conspiracy theories is that it's a paradox. Your brain is trying to make sense of what you know, so you're filling in the gaps with what makes sense. And then while you're doing that, you're believing yourself because it makes sense to you. That doesn't mean you're right. It just means you're trying to, kind of like rationalizing something that's irrational.
Some, quote, conspiracies have proven, or conspiracy theories have proven to be true, I would say.
Oh, yeah, but look at the statistics on them. I know we don't have any, but trust me, the majority are bullshit.
But I'm not buying lizard people.
What did I lose you on that? Huh? The lizard? Was it the lizard? Okay. Not the actual lizard person. I have yet to meet one of those, but I've met one person who sincerely believes the lizard people conspiracy. And I'm just like, why lizards? Why not some other animal?
Why not swans? Why not frogs?
Or why not that popular Roswell alien figure? That would be somewhat more believable than just, oh, here's a He-Man villain that's wearing a human mask controlling everybody. Like, I'm sorry. I don't buy that. You have a better time getting me to commit to Catholicism than believing that. And honestly, I view the two as one and the same. You got a talking snake, talking lizard. Oh, okay, whatever. If I had faith, maybe I could take a leap of faith on it, but it just doesn't seem realistic to me.
I don't doubt that there's some life forms on other planets. Apparently, the universe is really, really big, but I don't think that life form is calling the shots on Earth right now.
It's my theory here that if God does exist, he's not wasting his time with a little pale blue dot in this giant, ever-expanding universe because, we're his number one creations. Nor do I believe an alien race so civilized that they can walk among us and us not even know it would waste their time on a, in my opinion, species that's kind of like way behind them, obviously.
What are they gaining from walking amongst us?
Exactly. What would we gain if we went back in time and disguised ourselves as cavemen and lived among them? Oh, this is where we came from. Wow, this is really great. We are not here anymore. Congratulating yourself on your progress you made, I guess. I don't know. If aliens did come here, I think the biggest criticism they would have is, wow, you guys are still fighting among each other? We're way beyond that. We're going light years away from our home planet to explore, and we found you guys. Obviously, this was a waste of our time. Now I don't know who's the better species.